You need refresh it once again to finally start. So once you start, it's okay.
Yeah, once you start, it's fine.
Yeah. So that's
It's the starting that's difficult.
starting trouble.
Hello and welcome to the second semi-final. So do we need to get anything to get our audio inside? Do we need to do anything else special to get the audio?
I'm looking after that. It's okay.
Okay, fine. So, Moshi, me and you are going to start off, I suppose, then, yeah?
Yeah.
And then we need to make sure that, because everybody's listening inside, we need to make sure that this is our best so far so that it builds up some hype, yeah?
Yeah.
So we have to be on the ball at all times.
England avoided the follow-on by 4 runs and then got bowled out.
Okay.
We got balled out.
Yeah, all that 301.
It'd be interesting to see how far Australia go with the batting now. They could,
I wouldn't be surprised if they just batted for 10 overs and then went, no, your turn.
No, they won't do that. Why would
They've got to
do
bowl
that?
them out.
I don't know.
They want to bowl England out.
They don't need to, though.
Yeah, you wrap it up. You wrap it up. You don't want to still be in.
But you don't want to give. They won't give them a chance. They won't give them a sniff. So they'll grind them into the dirt. I mean, the thing is with follow-on, the bowlers have just bowled 107. They want to give the bowlers a bit of a rest as well. They've got a bit of an injury-prone attack, so you want to give them.
No, they'll. In reality, they'll go to maybe 3/4 of the way through the last session and then send in England, and then they can easily gotten 150 runs and set them 300
you guys
or something.
We just wanted to take a quick team picture.
Okay, sure.
Should I call him?
Yeah, sure. Anybody can do it. I suppose.
Alright.
Moshi can do it. Moshi's a good photographer.
Okay.
When it works, it's just so easy. It's embarrassingly easy. The preparation, getting all of these names and everything, is just
Don't pause it.
well, that's just the
Yeah, no, but it would then be
Yeah.
a useless thing for you
Yeah.
if you want to
yeah.
check it because you're never going to be caught
Yeah.
up with it.
Score. Chris, how long till start? 5.
Yeah. If I'll swap with you after the power play.
Sorry?
I'll
Okay.
swap with you after the power play, and then you come back in for Moshe for the last 6.
I'll
or
come in at
whatever for
14. Yeah, I'll come at 14.
Yeah.
Our second semi-final between Alshaheen Cricket Club and Czech Republic 18, due to start in less than 5 minutes. You can see the team huddle, Alshaheen Cricket Club. You're right.
No, but I thought one of you guys take a picture with your camera, no? A team picture?
Which camera?
I don't know. They told us.
This is the only camera we have, which is.
Well, are you guys taking a team pictures over here? They told us.
This is one of the photographers' ones.
Yeah.
So
So that's what they were talking about.
So the photographers are scoring right now. I think that camera is from a guy called Alex, who I believe is scoring around there. So you're gonna have to ask in the scorer's tab. How long are you guys around for?
We're about 15 minutes.
Oh,
We haven't taken one. Can you take it? Oh. Yeah, you choose that.
we can, but it's not my camera, so I don't want to turn it. And even then, Terry, how can these guys get a team photo with whose camera is this? Is it Alex's?
Peter,
Oh yeah, the photographer right there.
did you do a team photo for Canada?
Thank you. Okay, come on. Okay. Everyone.
Yo.
Come on, boys.
These days, taking a team photo with an iPhone or this one is makes a difference. The only thing is, taking one with this is infinitely tougher to actually distribute afterwards.
Yeah, but it's much higher resolution, higher pixels, so for usage purposes after.
Ooh!
Very, very careful.
No, it's just because it's been a bit of a ditch actually. That's why. Yeah. Well played, over. The final call there, yeah.
एक ओवर आखिर मारी बेस गई स्टार एक भी विकेट ना मिले बाकी 6-7 करी ना कर
Bo war lagi anima. Bo war lagi anima. Jello. Okay. What about this? Is it going to turn up in there now?
I have to do it after you do it. Okay. You need that started. If I do it before, apparently there's an issue. So I have to wait till it's actually.
Second semi-final of the Pepsi Cup Prague 2019 about to get underway. As we see Honey Gory about to take the field. Be careful about this one, yeah? So make sure you go under. Boss.
Online now? Before that it was not showing online, but it's online now.
Yeah, we just started a few minutes ago, so it should be live now, yeah.
Should be live. Yeah, I think it's live now. Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
No worries. Enjoy. What? I think Terry's going to fix it now. Benji, we're going to need your help during this game, yeah? We're going to need your help finding out the players' names. Right? So I'm going to do the first 6 overs, then you're going to... Then Terry's going to come after 6 overs. 14 overs, I'll replace you, yeah? So you're here till 14. Czech Republic taking the field now. As we see Arav about to take the field from India.
Welcome to the second semi-final here. I went to the toss at that was held not that long ago. Czech Republic won the toss, elected to bowl. I interviewed both captains, and Chris is looking forward to it, and apparently the whole Czech team is very much looking forward to it, and fairly optimistic about this game. Obviously they won the toss and elected to bowl, so they are happy with bowling. And then the captain of Alshaheen said that it's a good toss to lose, because even if he would have won, he would have still elected to bowl. So it's good for him. As Hanigori is just warming up there. I thought, what a weird sort of run up batting, very slow. So though both teams happy with the way the game is started, Czech Republic happy that they're bowling first, Alshaheen happy that they're batting first. A very good bowling attack against a very good batting side here.
Good.
Both captains very optimistic and looking forward to it. So, very good. And also, Chris also mentioned that this is why they started. This is why they started the Pepsi Cup 6 years ago. So they can get the Czech team to get to play against sides like Alshaheen, very good sides like Alshaheen. This time Hanigori should really be bowling. Yes, he is. And it's hit for 4, ends up on the bounce field. It's already, the chat is going wild so far. Support for the Czech Republic A team.
And it is driven wide of mid-off gloriously. Second ball, same delivery, same result. This time with a bit of a flourish, it's a 1-ball 4. Are they going to do it or not?
Terry's trying to do.
And it's Jaffrey, who's the tournament's leading run scorer. And he's already on 8 runs off 2 balls.
What?
So Benji, you just need to keep an eye on there, because Terry might just give us a thumbs up saying it. Hanigori comes in for his 3rd ball. And it's gone straight up in the air. This could be a crucial moment in the air. Captain Chris Pearce underneath it. Makes no mistake. That is a huge wicket. Came round the wicket for that delivery. Hanigori changed things up. And it's reaped immediate rewards. That could be one of the crucial moments in this tournament. Alshaheen 8 for 1 in the first over. But there's a big delay in it. There's a big delay.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Should be strong.
Huge wicket and great catch from the captain, Chris Pearce. It's really very crucial. Jaffrey, as you said, leading run scorer in the tournament so far. Goes for 8, hits 2 4s after 2 first balls, and Hanigori coming around the wicket proved to work. And from the looks of it, he's going to do so once again. Will it work once again? We'll have to wait and see.
Huge test for Alshaheen now. Jaffrey, the key man, scoring runs for fun up till now in the tournament. And the 4th ball of what is becoming a very eventful first over. Full Yorker, just wide of off stump, and it's an inside edge. Just nicked past the off stump, and past the wicketkeeper to find leg for a single. Honey Gory continuing with this round the wicket angle.
Yeah, good piece of fielding, and we can see that exactly what Chris mentioned when I interviewed him after the toss, that the team is very motivated and going for the win and energetic, and we can see that just from what's going on. Honey Gory running in once again around the wicket. That's races us for the boundary for 4.
Well, Alshaheen show no signs of slowing down. They're going to go all guns blazing. There's not going to be a period of consolidation here. That was rather skewed, mistimed, just to the right of Czech captain Chris Pearce. And Honey Gory is asking for a change in the field. He's asking us mid-off to drop down to long off. And Captain Chris Pearce has dropped to deep mid wicket, anticipating more slogs to leg, perhaps. Continues round the wicket. And it's another slog to leg! Chris Pearce is going to need to be about 200 feet tall to stop that one. And that's the first 6 of the innings. Well, it seemed like Honey Gory knew what was coming there, but it didn't matter. Still the same result, and probably the most eventful first over of the entire tournament there, Moshi.
Yeah, definitely. And first 6 of the Alshaheen innings, I am definitely expecting more. As mentioned, they do have a lot of great batsmen, so that loss of the 1 wicket shouldn't be too much, I guess. After 1 over, Alshaheen 19 for 1, so quite a lot of runs scored, but a loss of wicket. Definitely doing well.
Hello to everybody following us live on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, and hello to everybody at the ground as well. Hello to Carolina Harris, who says, "Go, go, go, Czech Republic," on our YouTube stream. Do keep your comments coming. This is the second semi-final of the Pepsi Cup Prague 2019. What is it I hear you say?
Pepsi Cup Prague 2019.
What is it I hear you say?
Sorry, the microphone turned off there, so you couldn't hear the crowd go crazy.
Yeah, huge appeal there. First ball of the second over. Looked like it was probably just nipping over. Is that Sudesh bowling?
Yes. Yeah.
Sudesh bowling the second over of the innings for Czech Republic A. As we see a little bit of a charge down the wicket and a wild swing and a miss across the line. This has been an all-action start. We're here live in the second semi-final of the Pepsi Cup Prague 2019. And it is an all-action start. Everything is happening here. And the crowd are going wild here in Vinoř in Prague. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Very spectacular start to the game, and so far the game looks like it's going to be a very entertaining one. Alshaheen are currently 20 for 2. Gudepu, who I was praising in the last over, goes for 10 off 4 balls, 2 dots, 1 4, 1 6, strike rate of 250. That doesn't matter now as he has walked off the field.
So when you're talking today, you're going a bit like that, yeah? Don't try not to touch it too much. Good man. That's what we need. Do you want half? Let's go. I'll give you the big half bench. Well, as far as 4-ball innings go, that was as entertaining as you get from Mr. Gudepu. Still managed 1-4, 1-6 in there. The 4 being completely beaten all ends up by Sudesh, a Czech Republic cricketing legend. There's a buzz in the field as he bowls his third ball. At the other end, there's a fish just outside off stump. There's a jump in the step of the Czech Republic national team. They feel this could be their day to upset the Alshaheen team. They are firm underdogs against the team from the Middle East. Tucked to leg side, some indecision there. Captain Chris Pearce, interestingly, playing a bit of football there for a square leg, just kicking the ball. We have one of his disciples here, Moshi, commentating with me. What would Chris have said if you'd kicked the ball in the field?
I was going to say, he always says not to do that. Or when we play games indoor in the tennis bubble, we play softball, and every time someone stops it with his foot, he's like, with a hard ball, that would be painful. But I guess he did it to prevent 4 runs, and once again, good fielding for the captain.
Scores 21 for 2 after 2.
Alshaheen Cricket Club currently 21 for 2 after 2 overs.
So you've seen how I'm trying to be more enthusiastic now. And
Yeah.
So try and really live it. This is one of the better matches it's going to be. So, and it's a home team, so there's a home atmosphere of all this sort of thing. So you can really put some enthusiasm into it. All right. Hanigori with his second over, round the wicket again, and it is a thick inside edge. Trickles to square leg for 1.
Hanigori seems to be sticking with the around the wicket bowling.
Czech Republic 18 of 1 man at cow corner, 1 man at deep mid wicket for that big slog to leg. There's no slog to leg. There's not going to be any slugs to leg today. That round the wicket angle working wonders for Hanigori. Alshaheen 3 down in the 3rd over. 20 for 3 Alshaheen now.
As once again the crowd go wild, and I think that my thinking of that we are going to have a great game has now been confirmed, and actually a player to leave the pitch is Ahsan, who yesterday scored 8 sixes in a row. I was definitely thinking that he could really be a lot of trouble there for the Czech team. You could see a lot of celebrations from them because they knew that it's a huge wicket, and he left with a disappointing face. I interviewed him yesterday. He was very happy and hoping to repeat it. Well, he's not going to repeat it in this game.
Hanigori comes into bowl again. And it's wide outside off stump. This time left cautiously by the batsman. Alshaheen 21 for 3 in the third over. This time over the wicket, and it's a strong appeal, and he's given out. It's mayhem here at Vinoř in Prague. It's mayhem. Have you ever seen anything like this? In all my years. Well, it looked fairly adjacent. Hanigori this time came over the wicket, changing the angle again. Hanigori, by his own admission, is about 4'9.5" on a good day. So height rarely a factor with those appeals. Just skidding off a good length. The Alshaheen batsman, Javid, getting caught on the back foot. And this is mayhem.
Yeah, huge. 21 for 4. Huge. And in all the games I've commentated on in my career, I have never seen anything like it.
Hanigori now has 3 wickets in just 10 balls. And he's also gone for 19 runs. Curiously, Captain Chris Pearce, yesterday we kept a watch on him, air traffic controller, not marshalling his troops in the way that he was yesterday. He's leaving it up to the bowlers, taking a more hands-off approach today perhaps.
Well, it's not like he really needs to do anything, really. And I was talking about in the last semi-final, Lala taking 5 wickets, the potential ball of the tournament. Well, Hanigori definitely someone to try and get that award to, as it's another dot ball. And that is some great bowling to end off his second over.
Alshaheen now 21 for 4 after 3 overs. Everything is happening here. As the homegrown Czech hero, Hanigori, walks back triumphantly to the boundary. It's a standing applause from the crowd. A standing ovation from the crowd for Hanigori, I hear you say.
As he gets 2 wickets with that over without a single run being... As he gets 2 wickets in that over without a single run being scored. Sudesh running in for his second over. It's a block, another dot ball for the Czech team. Things are really getting very exciting here. 2 wickets without going for a single run from that over. None for 2 from that over for Hanigori. Brilliant bit of bowling there from Honey and Sudesh. A bit of appeals were coming in. Another dot ball, but we see as the ball comes off, it's immediately 4 Czech fielders just running to the ball, trying to get it as soon as possible, just preventing any runs.
Well, I'm at a bit of a loss to explain this match so far. Alshaheen came out all guns blazing. Oh, as we see another near chop on there. Sudesh just hitting the shoulder of the bat ever so hard. Just to recap what we've had so far. Couple of fours off the first 2 balls of the match. Then a wicket. Then a 4 and a 6. So we had the first over had 1 wicket and 19 runs. The second over had 1 wicket and 2 runs. And the third over was a double wicket maiden. So Honey Gory following up that first over, which went for 19 in spite of the 1 wicket that he took, with a double wicket maiden. This really is some remarkable stuff happening. And Sudesh from the other end keeping it very tight indeed.
Yeah, and once again we see great fielding from the Czechs. 2 fielders getting involved in stopping it on the boundary, and then many backing up as Chris Pearce dives for that to only make it a single. And once again, a lot of fielders backing up. The Czech team really want this.
And a very smart bit of fielding by Czech captain Chris Pearce, sprinting to save another run going. After 4 overs, Alshaheen are 23 for 4. Fair to say the Czech A team well on top at this stage. The question is, can they keep the hammer down? Big call now. Will they continue with Honey Gory and really go for the kill?
Now, great bowling in the last 3 overs. Only 4 runs have been scored. Yeah, with 3 wickets going. So brilliant. This time Honey Gory not going around the wicket, and it hasn't exactly gone the way it was going for. 4 runs. But I was going to say, after the first over, of course, a big wicket went, but 19 runs scored. I thought, wow, this is going to be very tight, but the Czechs managing to keep it very tight on the scoring with Honey Gory, as we many times mentioned, with a double wicket maiden, and Sudesh only getting hit 3 runs in the last over. So Honey Gory with getting scored for 4, once again comes around the wicket. And it's a brilliant ball kept low. Umpire is walking away from the stump, sort of looking at the scorer's tent. I thought he's going to signal wide. Doesn't. So Honey Gory continues around the wicket.
Honey Gory running in. He really has the bit between his teeth now. That ball just skidding on a little bit low. Well gathered at point. Another dot ball. Alshaheen really have to have a long, hard think about how they're going to consolidate now. They can't afford to go all guns blazing. 4 down already. They've been the dominant force in this tournament so far. This is the first time they've been on the back foot in the tournament. Do they have any answers? Honey Gory coming into bowl again. Once again, that tight line from round the wicket, just outside off stump. And it's another dot ball. So we see the atmosphere building here in Vinoř in Prague. And it's a carbon copy of the previous couple of balls. This time the batsman just places a little bit short of point, and they're able to nick a single in rather desperate fashion, I must say. Honey Gory now coming round the wicket to the left-hander. He does seem to like this angle, Honey. Comes into bowl again, this gentle run up, and then explodes at the crease. Tucked to square leg. And the batsman nick a single. There's a wild throw. Wild throw. But it's well backed up.
Meanwhile, in the chat, support going to Alshaheen as well. After 5 overs, they are 30 for 4. Definitely not ideal. Coming to the last over is the power play, but it hasn't really mattered, the power play so far. It's like a couple of boundaries. It's been a lot just played inside the circle and good fielding inside it. And Sudesh is going to continue bowling from the Chateau end. So it's so far looking like it's going to be the same like last time. Honigori and Sudesh bowling their 4 overs together. As it's nicked and it's raced off to the boundary for 4. Even though once again a great effort put in by Chris Pearce.
Give a weather update.
The weather is warming up a bit here at Vinoř, but coat's definitely still on. It doesn't look like it's going to rain. Appeals from the Czech players not given out. Meanwhile, Alshaheen players want to see what it. As I said, warming up a bit. It doesn't look like it's going to.
Excuse me. Sorry, I just turned it off so it wouldn't get just turn it off so it wouldn't get.
But it doesn't look like the coat is gonna go off. It doesn't look like it's gonna rain. Doesn't look like it's gonna get sunny at some point. So the way it's looking is just the same as this. As the ball's in the air.
It's Chris Pearce is under that. This is carnage at Vinoř. This is absolute and pure carnage. Another short ball from Sudesh, just begging the batsman, tempting the batsman to play a pull shot. Always an ambitious shot to play when you're 4 down. I'm not sure that the batsman went at it full-blooded, but it just came onto him far too quickly. And Chris Pearce, safe hands at square leg, a simple catch. Textbook, just as he would have coached. A remarkable start to the second semi-final here. Alshaheen Cricket Club, the dominant force of the tournament so far, and now 35 for 5 in the 6th over. This is carnage, pure and simple. The Czech A team are on a cricketing rampage as Sudesh has some pep in his step now. He started off as a medium pace bowler today and he certainly put some juice into his last few balls. Alshaheen 35 for 5. Who would have thought this?
Another great ball. Yeah, I was talking about how good the batsmen of Alshaheen are. They're not showing that much today so far. And the Alshaheen captain said they are happy to bat first. Are they really now? As it's a block defense / controlled flip, and it's a single for Alshaheen. The single is not enough, as Alshaheen a 36 for 5 at the end of the power play. A score that is definitely not ideal. As I've said many times, this tournament scores around 40 after the power play. Like, they batting teams have still won with 5 wickets gone. It's not looking too good for Alshaheen, as Honeygory will bowl his 4th and final over in this innings.
Afternoon, Moshe. Honey is searching for a 5th wicket of the innings. Oh! They're appealing for a caught behind. Did sound like the ball had made contact with something. The umpire not interested at all, so it may have clipped the body. There's no wide call, so I'm pretty certain that has just made a little bit of contact with the batsman's body. Honey comes in again around the wicket. Oh, goes down the leg side again. The batsman is asking the umpire why it's not for wide. Bordering on dissent there. Honey again around the wicket. And he's bowled him! That's the 5 for. Honey does star jumps in the middle of the wicket to celebrate. Very impressive display here from Honey Gory, Moshe.
Yeah, and second time the bowler has got 5 wickets in
Yeah. Apologies, viewers. That's only Honey's 4th. Getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. It is so exciting here in this semi-final. 6 wickets have now fallen. Sudesh Vikramaseka has picked up 2 of them. Honey 4. I can assure you, Honey will definitely be searching for that 5 for now. But he's only got a couple of balls to do it in.
We've seen some great bowling in both of these semi-finals now.
The batsman almost plays on there. Not getting much onto the ball at all, and it rolled initially towards the stumps and then veered away. Honey's piling the pressure on the batsman. Czech national team head coach Denny Hudacek told Honey to go out and bend the back, and he has been doing so fantastically.
1 ball left in his 4th over, but just looking at the field, we are out of the power play, but it still is very much a power play field. But it has worked for the Czech team, to be fair.
Yes, it is a very attacking field, only 1 man out of the ring. Batsman just pushes it to the onside. Chris Pearce with an athletic pickup. And Honey Gory has completed his 4 overs. A fantastic spell of bowling, picking up the 4 wickets for 25 runs with 1 maiden. And to bowl the 8th over of the innings, Sudesh Wickramasinghe coming on from the Chateau end to bowl the 4th and final over of his spell. Shortish, pulled, and that will be 4. A rare boundary for Alshaheen.
Yeah, something they have definitely needed. But to Honeygory's bowling, he from the last 3 overs that he bowled, only 6 runs were scored. So 3 wickets falling. So really spectacular bowling. As a change in field has happened, the player I was just talking about, Honeygory, going to the boundary to similar area where the 4 was just scored. Now Sudesh running in. Straight back to him, but he doesn't pick it up perfectly, but still a dot ball, so really good bowling continues from the Czech team.
Indeed, that boundary has not taken any pressure off yet. Sudesh comes in. It's flicked in the air. Hilal Ahmed is under it and takes a perfect catch. He only had to come in by 2 meters off the boundary. He had plenty of time. He was well set. And in classic Australian fashion, fingers to the sky to nab the catch. Czech Republic A picks up their 7th wicket of the innings. Sudesh gets his 3rd. And this is starting to look like a bit of a rout. Do you actually think, Moshe, that Alshaheen will be able to get to 100?
No, I'm very much doubting it, and I'm also doubting if they'll even play 10 overs in this game. Of course, the bowling change that will have to come in, as Honeygory and Sudesh would have bowled all of their 4 overs after this over. The new Czech bowlers will definitely want to keep this rhythm of getting wickets going.
Absolutely, Moshe. Alshaheen, if they have any fantasy that things might get easier after this over, they should forget about it. Oh, is that an edge? No is the decision of the umpire. Some of the fielders were convinced, some only half-hearted. Sudesh continuing to trouble the batsman. In comes Sudesh from the Chateau end. Just blocked by the batsman. Kushal Mendon coming around to pick it up. No opportunity for a run.
Now a very tight field from the Czech team, and when it's just blocked like that, you're not going to get a run with such a tight field. Was that one just bottom edge to Chris Pearce, and that is the end of Sudesh's spell here. End of Sudesh's very successful spell, as he has bowled 4 overs, no maiden, 13 runs, 3 wickets, no ball, no wides. Brilliant piece of bowling.
Nice fire.
And so the anticipated bowling change will occur here. Honey has completed his allotted 4 overs. Coming on now from the southern end will be Sabuun Davizi. Sabuun plays for Prague Barbarians Cricket Club, the same club I'm a member of. Sabuun will be looking to continue the pressure from his teammates. Bit of a loosener from Sabuun. I expect to see much quicker deliveries from him to follow.
And he's now running in. Just a little flick, but well fielded on the boundary. As it hits the batsman as it's coming in, that's not going to be nice at all. Medical assistance is definitely needed here.
The other 2 members of our commentary team, who are both doctors and the on-field medical staff, are racing into action to get out to the batsman as soon as possible. Never like to see this. All here at Vinoř has gone a bit quiet. Everyone is concerned for the batsman's safety. Can just spy him. He's sitting on the ground, but he is sitting up. He's moving, so shouldn't be too serious. Medical staff apply some spray. It appears as though it might have been his arm that got hit as he gets to his feet. From our vantage point, there was a concern as to whether it may have been in the head or on the neck. But it looks like it is not as bad as we first might have thought. I don't know why he paused it. I told him to pause it. If he paused it, do you want to do some Czech commentary?
Okay.
So I think we'll take advantage of Moshe's fluent Czech to do a bit of dual lingo commentary. I shall not be attempting to do it in Czech, as that will just be embarrassing. So the batsman's looking A-OK, good to continue. Just wait for the doctor duo to depart the playing field. Superb, quick work by the medical staff. The batsman's fine to continue.
I told him if he wants whiskey, that's the
Opět
best thing right now.
rána a žádný běh pro spolovače Alshaheenu, kteří velmi potřebují body. Nadhazovač si nabíhá dlouhým rozběhem a další zblokovaná rána, takže opět žádný běh, takže přesně to, co Česko chce.
Another dot ball there. Still don't think Sabuun has gotten up to his peak speed. He comes in again. Good length delivery, prodded away to point, no run.
A opět nedostávají hráči Alshaheenu žádný běh, což je vlastně celý tento zápas pro ně velký problém. teď jsou 42-7.
Well, a run-out opportunity there. Kushal Mendon at point had made a misfield. The batsman wanted a single. His partner was not interested. The throw was wild, allowing them to eventually get the one run.
Tak nejdřív to vypadalo, že to nebude žádný běh a další v klidu obránění od Česka, jenomže český hráč, který zastavil míček, trošku mu ujel. Jeden z odpolovačů chtěl běžet, druhý však ne. Že byla šance na to vyautovat toho, který chtěl a nebyl za svojí čárou. Ale bylo to špatný hod, který jel až na druhou stranu hřiště, takže nakonec Alshaheen dokázal získat ten běh. A po 9 overs jsou 43-7.
7 for 43 after 9. New bowler from the Chateau end shall be Naveed Khan. Naveed plays for Vinoř Cricket Club. He's an off spinner. One of the leading spin bowlers in the Czech League. Bowls. Oh, it's in the air, falling short of the inner fielder, Sabuin racing in, but it was far too short for him to have any chance.
Dobrý nadhoz, míček byl ve vzduchu, ale nebyla šance na zachycení a teď zblokovaná rána do strany a opět žádný běh.
Naveed again. Just outside of off stump, batsman pushes it into the covers, no run.
Žádný běh a toto už začíná být obrovský problém pro Alshaheen, kteří se blíží k polovině jejich směny a další míček bez bodu pro Alshaheen.
Driven straighter this time, but yet again straight to the fielder. Batsman is unable to pierce the infield. Tight check fielding doing its job.
Opět žádný běh před hráčem v pole, to skočilo trošku divně, ale dokázal se s tím poradit a to stejné se v podstatě stalo i další míč, takže pořád výborné od Česka. Jsme v polovině alšahínské směny a jsou 43-7.
As the overs continue to fly by, we have had a decrease in the number of wickets falling, but we have not seen an increase in the number of runs being scored. Sabu Ndavizi continuing from the southern end. Going right arm over the wicket. A little short of a length. Batsman prods. Picked up by Akash Pama. No run.
Opět žádný běh pro hráče týmu Alshaheenu, kteří už jsou v druhé polovině své směny. No, už nestrácejí tolik odpolovačů, ale nedostávají víc běhů. A je to široký míč od nadhazovače.
Wide there from Sabuun. Haven't been too many extras. He comes in again. Little outside edge from the batsman who goes straight to the third man, Sudesh Wickramaseka, and they are unable to take any runs.
Opět žádný běh z tohoto míčku. A Myslím, že to byl možná první široký míč Čechů v celém zápase, takže zatím to bylo dobré nařazování. A opět blokováno a hráč pole si s tím v pohodě poradil.
It's very impressive, ladies and gentlemen, seeing here every time the ball comes off the bat, the number of Czech fielders who are racing towards it, backing each other up. They are looking very, very good in the field. A další široký míč.
Ano, přesně tak.
It's another wide from Shaheen. And 2 balls ago, when the batsman blocked one that was on his legs, his teammates from the boundary were criticising his lack of aggression. He is more aggressive this time, an on drive, but they'll only pick up the 1 run.
Jeden běh pro hráče týmu Alshaheenu, což je první běh, který dokonce odpálili a pak běželi po poměrně dlouhé době, ale to nic, jeden běh nic zatím neznamená. Teď přímo rovně bude to další běh. 4 body to ale nebudou, pouze 1 bod.
Single there, straight off the straight drive. There's a tiny little bit of drizzle around. It's not really anything affecting players. Shaheen bowls. It's in the air, lofted back over Shaheen's head for 4.
Tak po dlouhé době trefili hráči Alshaheenu nějakou ránu mimo hřiště. Byly to 4 běhy, což by nemělo nějak drasticky změnit hru. A stále hra pokračuje ve straně Čechů. Dobře pro Čechy.
So once again, it shall be Naveed Khan from the Chateau end. So named for the Chateau Chetnica that you can see just over Naveed's shoulder. And that will be another dot ball.
A další míček bez běhu, už je to vlastně celkem norma v tomto zápase. Nad ho za tentokrát by to neměl být míček bez běhu. Ale hráč v pole se s tím výborně poradil. No tak nakonec nebyla to 4, takže 4 body se přidají týmu Alshaheen, který teď má 55 bodů.
Here comes Naveed. Little push by the batsman. He sets off, but his partner was not interested in a risky single.
Opět žádný bod a krát odpalovač odpal na druhou stranu ještě zase bez bodu.
Alshaheen really struggling to be able to pierce the offside field as batsman plays and misses at that one. This time it's lofted off the legs over square leg. It's racing to the boundary, and that shall be a 4. They're having much more success hitting to the onside than the off.
A další 4 pro hráče Alshaheenu. Zatím to nevypadá, že to nějak ohrozí Čechy, kteří začali velmi dobře, ale aspoň se vidí trošku, že Alshaheen umí.
So we have a bowling change, I believe, here at the southern end. Sabuun Davizi was bowling there. He's bowled 2 overs. He's being replaced now by Siddharth Gould. Sid plays for Vinoř Cricket Club. Sabuun bowled 2 overs, no maidens, none for 11. Sid's just rechecking his field. Much more of a T20 field now compared to what we've seen in this innings from Czechs. It's outside the off, cut away straight to the man at point. Kushal Mendon stops it but unable to hold it, and they get through for the 1.
Jeden bod pro hráče týmu Alshaheen, který je teď bere na 60 běhů pro celý tým, což po 12 overs a jeden míček není opravdu dobrý, takže 60 pro 7. A je to hráč, odpolovač odchází, takže 60 pro 8 a to je velké pro Česko a už jenom 2 wickets potřebné k tomu, aby všechny hráče Alshaheenu vyautovali.
Very half-hearted shot from the batsman there, and well taken behind the stumps by the Czech Republic A team keeper Ushan. Ushan is another player from Brno Cricket Club. So the bowling change has immediately got a breakthrough. That had been the longest partnership we'd seen from Alshaheen.
Yeah, and could this mean another part in the game where Czech Republic starts getting wickets? If yes, then it could very well mean that the game or the innings might end soon.
With the new batsman coming out, a massive change to the field by Czech Republic, bringing all but 2 of the fielders back into the ring. First couple of balls from Sid, there had been lots on the boundary. He now comes around the wicket to the left-hander, prods it backward of square. Akash Palmer is there to field, no run.
Jenom taková malá teč a žádný běh pro český pro hráče Alshaheenu a nadhazovač se nabíhá a do země opět zastavené, takže opět žádný běh, takže to vypadá dobře pro hráče Alshaheenu.
Off! A little shorter this time from Sid, and he does his own fielding to deny the batsman a run.
Odpolovač to trefil rovně, ale nadhazovač to dokázal v pohodě zachytit.
Sid comes in again around the wicket. Good length ball. Push straight. Honey Gori doing the fielding. He's thrown a little wide, and Ushan, the keeper, has collided with the batsman. Looks like he may be a little winded from their coming together. Batters get 1 run.
Jeden běh pro odpolovače Alshaheenu. Brankář českého týmu se srazil s odpolovačem, ale vypadá to, že vše je v pořádku, ano. Vrátil se zpátky na nohy, jenom přijme 5 od jednoho českého asistenta. A hra bude pokračovat dál.
So 13 overs completed, 8 for 61. Navid Khan continuing from the Chateau end. Prod from the batsman, not looking to score at all. Navid is coming round the wicket to the left-hander. He's flicked this one to fine leg. Hilal Ahmed chasing after it. They've run 2, and his throw is able to prevent them getting a third.
Tečnu to za sebe, ale jeden hráč v poli, který to v pohodě hodil jenom 2 běhy. A s tímto hráčem si můžete na Facebooku prohlídnout rozhovor, který jsem s ním dělal v češtině. Takže určitě se podívejte, ale teď odpál a míček skočil, ale jestli, ano, před koncem příště, takže 4 body přidány na skóre Alshaheenu. A míček se hledá v poli. Search for the ball is continued, but it looks as if it might be found. Atmosphere really kicking off here at Vinoř. Skvělá atmosféra, nadhoz. Jenom ťuknutí. Odpalovači běží. Není to 4, jsou to 2 body přidány na skóre Alshaheenu, ale opravdu potřebují mnohem víc, než to, co teď dostávají. 3 runs there for Alshaheen as it was well stopped in the boundary by Hilal. Žádný bod.
Ooh, batsman pushes that back towards the bowler, a little uppish, just lands out of reach. Another dot ball to end the over. Certainly, the game has lost a little bit of the intensity that we saw in the first 8 overs when there was wickets tumbling. And the Alshaheen batsmen have completely changed their style to one of survival. They're obviously very frightened of not being able to bat out the 20 if they lose 2 more quick wickets. As we see the substitute fielder for the Czech Republic A side, Patel, come on to replace Honey Gori. He's having a bit of pain with his arm. He injured it yesterday. He did tell me this morning that it was feeling great, that Dr. Nishant had done a brilliant job, but he strained it again. We hope he'll recover so he can bat.
Yeah, because it would be a big loss for the Czech team. The way it's going, it looks as if they would be able to bat for victory without him.
There is a lot of batting in the Czech Republic A team, but Honey Gory is someone that you always want in the side. Chris Pearce making a few more changes to the field. Sid comes in around the wicket. It's in the air, but just wide of the fielder. Only able to get the one run. As the field rotates for the right-hander coming on strike.
Jeden běh pro hráče Alshaheenu, což znamená, že teď jsou 70 pro 8. Alshaheen currently 70 for 8 after 14.1 overs. 4 běhy, 4 runs.
We're seeing a giant rabbit.
A rare and much needed for Alshaheen. So Sid will come in again now over the wicket to the right-hander. Seems to be a little confusion about the field. Realising one man was still in his position for the left-hander, he can move for the right. As they are finally set, Sid can come in. Strays down leg side, a beautiful take throw by Ushan behind the stumps, however it is a wide.
Široký míč a skvěle se chce od brankáře, aby zastavil nějaké běhy a míček jede rovně, ale zastaven. Jeden běh pro Alshaheen.
That drive was a little offish, but it fell safe. With the left-hander now on strike, Sid will come around the wicket. We have the fielders all doing their changes. Lofted drive again to mid-off. They get the one. The throw from Smith to the bowler just skids off the wicket, but it was well backed up, so no risk of overthrows.
Jeden běh, přehození nebo hození zpátky na rozhodčí nevyšlo ideálně, ale dobře zastaveno brankářem, který si proto přišel. A teď na noz! Nebyla tam teď, takže žádný běh na ukončení tohoto over. Po 15 over 78 pro 8 pro hráče Alshaheen, což není vůbec ideální. Shaheen 78 for 8 after 15 overs.
And once Nishant completes his medical responsibilities, as he is seen to Honey Gory at the moment, he shall join us in the commentary position for the final couple of overs. We're going to see another bowling change for the Czech Republic. Coming on now from the Chateau end shall be Hilal Ahmad. Hilal plays for Prague Cricket Club. He's the captain of the Prague Cricket Club Kings. They took out this year's Czech T20 League title, and they're in the running for taking out the 40-over league title as well, although they are currently sitting in second place, and the Prague Cricket Club Rooks are in first. That's in the air. There is a man there. I don't think he's going to get to it. No, it falls well short. It's a good throw though, straight to the keeper. I can just slide it.
What a shot.
It's a fantastic shot from the batsman there. He's not going to get a boundary for it though. 3 Czech Republic fielders all converging on the ball. Smith Patel, the one who ends up fielding it and getting the throw in. So Nishant, what's the prognosis on Honey Gori?
He will live, but not as he once was. He is now more machine than man. As we see Shubham with a harsh lock to the leg. I did also run out. This is a match of the walking wounded, and early on Shubham caught a very nasty blow on his forearm from the outfield. Those are the ones which always catch you unawares and just feel, probably because it just feels heavier when it lands. It just feels a lot heavier when it lands from the outfield as opposed to when it just hits you from a regulation delivery which has bounced. So he was suffering quite a lot, but I did give him a couple of tablets of ibuprofen and a couple of shots of whiskey, and I'm glad to report that he's feeling much better now. Alshaheen now 80 for 8. I think that Alshaheen could. I think Alshaheen are doing all right actually. I know it's. I think this Czech Republic A team are still very young, and a couple of overs in Alshaheen's favour, the momentum of the game turns completely. Alshaheen have managed to string together just a little bit of a partnership. Shubham looks really well set now, as we see a young man who's wearing blue nitrile gloves as batting gloves for some as to yet unknown reason, has just delivered me half a baguette.
Can I ask, is 2 ibuprofen and 2 shots of whiskey a medically sanctioned combination?
Almost certainly not, but we are here in Central Eastern Europe, so anything does go.
So that is the end of the 16th over. Some refreshments coming on for the batsmen. In my playing days, almost every single time I called for a drink in such a situation, I inevitably got out within the next 2 balls. The Czech Republic will be hoping that misfortune will befall the batsman. Most certainly not. 85 for 8. Sid is going to continue from the southern end. He will be coming around the wicket to the left-hander as we just await the final fielding adjustments. Umpire is just double checking that there are sufficient number of fielders in the circle. No, Chris Pearce has decided to make another change. And now he's decided to make another change. And now he's allowing Sid to bowl. Flick to mid-on. Hilal Ahmed coming into field. Simple single. Do you think Alshaheen will start going big and bold at some point here?
Well, I think they have to, Terry, but the main priority has to be to bat out the overs. First of all, well, what do I know? A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. 6 smashed over mid-wicket. This Alshaheen team, I was chatting to them during the early collapse, and the bench weren't too worried, which I always find is a very indicative sign. I really think that this could be the start of something, a very, very important bit of play here. Alshaheen can have just managed to steady the ship somewhat. You never know, if they can sneak up to 120, 130, I think even 150 might be realistic with these 2 in. 2 batsmen at the crease, very, very competent I do believe they could be opening the batting for most teams.
And he's bowled him.
A little bit of column B.
After one big bowled six, a very unconvincing effort from the batsman on that ball. I think he's just completely missed the line. And Sid picks up the wicket, the 9th to fall for Alshaheen. It is now looking less and less likely that they will bat out the 20. We've seen that they've got some quality bowling. Do you think it's enough to be able to defend something that may only be just 3 figures?
Well, against this Czech Republic A team, full of talent, full of youth, also relatively inexperienced and fairly impulsive, susceptible to changes in momentum, which is why the results have been a little bit inconsistent. Their performances on the whole, pretty good, but winning a game of cricket requires very consistent and cohesive emotional performance. These guys will have to really stitch together another good hour and a half or so to make sure they can wrap up the game. Alshaheen 92 for 9 after 16.3 overs. It's a risky single. Nearly turns into overthrows. There's a set batsman back on track.
We've seen them hit to that area many a time in this innings and not even consider a run. So that looks like a bit of instructions have been given to them. Even though they've only got the 1 wicket in hand, runs are a must, risks must be taken. This one's in the air but safe. A lot of grey cloud around, but thankfully at the moment the rain has stayed away. We were concerned about some storm clouds coming towards us about 4 o'clock. Oh, he's wrapped on the pads. It's a big appeal. The umpire shakes his head.
The umpire had a long and hard look at that, didn't he, Terry? We have seen a fair few wickets fall with that exact same type of delivery over the past 3 days. Just on a good length on this Chateau field. Bowling towards that Chateau end, there's just a little bit of a divot in the pitch. There is a bit of a demon in that pitch, and there always is. Just bowling on that short of a good length to that good length, there he is. And the ball always tends to skid through. And the Czech Republic A team are certainly the team who have taken most advantage of that, as perhaps you would expect. Honey Gory rather, exploited that fantastically once again today, nipping out a couple of batsmen with those skiddy deliveries which just snuck through, wrapping the pads or beating defences completely and hitting the stumps.
So we have another bowling change. Sabu and Darvizi coming in from the Chateau end. Flicked away, that will be 4. Just wide of the man. Absolutely no chance to get down to it. This is Sabuin's 3rd over. He bowled 2 earlier from the southern end. Switched around now. In comes Sabuin. Lofted drive. Fielder stops it just inside the boundary. I think we're definitely seeing a little bit more risk-taking from the Alshaheen batsmen here, Nishant, despite the fact that they have absolutely no safety net. Subwin's adjusted his run-up. He's gone a little wider this time. Just coming to your picture.
Oh!
They risked a single when hit straight to the man, and they got away with it due to a fumble. Things could have been interesting if he had picked that up cleanly.
I think you have to question the wisdom of that. If you, with 2 and a bit overs to go, if you're going to risk a single, surely you got to take the double when it's fairly straightforward. But it appears that this left-hander does fancy Subba somewhat. He must fancy getting all the runs from here on in. That's edge to third man for 4. I just wonder if Alshaheen can nick a bit of momentum here towards the end of this innings. Czech Republic won't want to be chasing anything more than 120. Alshaheen's 100 is now up in the 18th over. As the batsman shoos away a few fielders, well, a few spectators masquerading as fielders perhaps, on the long off boundary. I'm not sure how they were in his vision. Certainly not done him any harm though, as another flick, this time to the mid-wicket boundary. A couple of bounces and 4. A very competent, impressive looking shot from Shah. Just wonder, a couple big overs from here, and you can already see Czech Republic A few double teapots, a few questions being asked, a few men with hands behind their backs. Already seem to be a little bit lower on energy than a few overs ago, a few shouts going around.
Subwin comes in again from the Chateau end. Batsman pushes it to mid-wicket and just get the 1 run. Speaking to the Czech Republic A coach, Danny Hudacek, at the start of the innings, he did say that they were expecting to have to chase 200, and they were looking upon anything lower than that as a bonus. But we do know Alshaheen have some quality bowling, and Czech Republic cannot get overly confident of being able to chase down whatever this figure shall end up being with absolute ease. So 109 for 9 after 18. Sid is going to bowl the 19th over from the southern end. And we can definitely see, as Nishant was saying, some of the Czech fielders are showing a lot less hustle in getting around to their positions at this stage in comparison to the opening overs. The batsman has just had a replacement helmet.
It's another brief delay in the game. Firstly, drinks brought out, and then the replacement helmet brought out. I think there's been a lot of faffing
About.
Oh, and you see the first ball of the over, and an inside edge, evading the wicketkeeper, evading the stumps, and going straight to short fine leg. No run taken. This really could be a crucial 11 balls. Alshaheen 109 for 9 is dug in short, and that's a long hop and ably dispatched That's a welcome boundary for Alshaheen. And if we look at the body language of the Czech fielders, lots more double teapots. Lots of hands behind back. Captain Chris Pearce is looking very pensive on the cover boundary.
And I really don't see any reason why they should be so disheartened. As I said, they expected to have to chase 200. They've done fantastically in this innings, and should go into the break in not having to chase too many at all. The batsman has decided the second helmet was worse than the first, so he's going to go without a helmet.
Oh, sure.
This is in the air, falls safe, 2 bounces, and it crosses the white line. 4 runs. Shah is continuing to add precious runs to his team's total.
Have you got that sort of list for Alshaheen? I say, well, Czech Republic would have definitely very, very happily taken this position at the start of the game, but you wouldn't know it. They do look rather despondent on the whole.
First 3, and it's mostly these guys who are playing. None of these guys have been numbers.
Alright. Are they such a big squad?
No, half of them didn't come.
Ah.
Oh dear. Slashed away. Captain Chris Pearce looked to have it covered. Suddenly, a little divot, and the ball deviates away to his right-hand side, leaving him sprawled on his arse. And you said some of the Czech players were looking despondent a moment ago. That is the only way to describe the way that Chris Pearce is looking now.
Again, wide of off this time. Very well picked up on the cover boundary by Chris Pearce. Chris Pearce will never misfield 3 times in a row. Last ball of the 19th over, wicketkeeper comes up. There's a very, very fine fly slip sort of position, very unorthodox position there. Point drops it up to the boundary. Bowler runs in and it's dug in short. Alshaheen are happy to just block it back and give the set batsman the strike. Shah is in and he's approaching his 50. 46 off just 29 deliveries. Yeah, but he's still on 46 off 29.
He just got a single.
He did.
Didn't you just go single off the last ball?
Was it up? Was the right-hander face?
I wasn't looking. I just by what you were saying. Sorry.
No, it seems fairly important that Shah is on strike for Alshaheen in the last over. Next highest score this inning is just 19. Only a clutch of batsmen from Alshaheen getting into double figures today.
This partnership, for as long as it has gone on, Bharati, who we've barely mentioned, has only actually faced 4 balls. This is how much Shah has dominated in the partnership. This is exactly what Alshaheen want. As Sabuin comes in again, he dances down the wicket. Top edge flies over the infield, bounces a couple of times and then rolls for 4.
And we talk about momentum. It's never good to see the... Well, you may have heard the captain, Chris Pearce, admonishing his team there. The bowler with his hands on his hips, Sabawoon.
That's 50 up for Shah from 30 balls. Shorter this time. Sabawoon hit down into the deck, and Ushan, the wicketkeeper, scrambles across to collect it.
Seems quite clear that Shah has no interest in taking any singles this over. He's going to take responsibility, he's going to take the strike, and he's a man on 50 off 30. Who could blame him? And that's a half-tracker smash to the deep mid-wicket boundary, and this could be a run-out. This could be a run-out. No, it's fluffed by the wicketkeeper. Somewhat. It's initially very well fielded on the deep mid-wicket boundary. It just took a kick to Honey Gori, I believe it was, on the bounce. He did well to gather it. It was a bullet throw, but it was on the bounce, and the wicketkeeper always had one eye on the striker's end. It was always going to be a tight two. Sabawoon comes in. Again, Shah charges down the pitch again. Oh, that seemed just a tad quicker from Sabawoon. And it's a dot ball.
So with 2 deliveries remaining in the Alshaheen innings, they are 128 for 9. Sabawoon comes in, very short this time, and picked up perfectly by Shah. A lovely 4 to cow corner. It sends Honey Goring have to scamper down the road to collect it. 132 now. Considering at one stage we were very confident that they were going to not even possibly get 100, this contribution from Shah could be match winning.
Sabawoon comes into bowl the last ball, and that is smashed again.
Amazing.
Wide of mid-off. And Shah has played a blinder. Czech Republic A team would have happily settled for the score of 137, which will be the target they're facing. Alshaheen finish on 136 for 9 after their 20 overs. Czech Republic were bouncing about in the first few overs. The first half of that innings belonged to them entirely. But Shah coming in playing a blinder in the second half of that innings. I do just wonder whether Alshaheen now have the momentum. And the question is whether Czech Republic A team can recover emotionally from the second half of that innings. Shah finishing on a brilliant 56 off 34. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the first 50 hit this tournament which hasn't featured a 6. 9 fours in that innings from Shah, batting down at number 9. What a knock from the left-hander. Join us in 10 minutes as Czech Republic A chase 137. Ooh. Gonna catch my death up here.
Gonna try to squeeze any interviews in.
Yeah, you should do an interview with Chris at halftime, yeah?
No, I think you should just leave the semi-final 11 interview at the end.
No, do it now. See how they feel about chasing 137. It's really interesting. Yeah.
It's completely appropriate. It's what he wants you to do.
Yeah.
Chris can't say no to you because he wants you to do it.
I think these guys have completely fucked it.
They can get. Yeah.
It's the momentum, right?
Yeah. No.
If they'd lost,
But they did it to themselves.
Yeah.
They had no reason to get so downhearted. It's just that they got to a point where they thought, all right, now we're going to do this and this, and then suddenly it's not.
Okay.
They had no reason to be dropped so much. They just,
Well, they didn't bowl badly or anything. It's just they were swinging for everything. So I mean, it happens. It happens. They didn't drop any catches. I saw they did pretty well.
I mean,
this is just late over for scrambling.
I think if they hadn't got Yasir, he just
He's
went
just
that
going behind the tent.
Yeah, he was standing right where you are now, 30 seconds ago.
But Mino, interview Shubham first. Yes, boss. Spray.
Something right here.
Spray.
Yeah.
Mino. Really on spray.
And came and.
Oh, the batsman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Rugby tackle.
How do you want to do the second innings?
How about I start with Moshi and then take it from there? You know, what was it? Prashant? Oh, what's his name? What was his name? Pradat? Do it with him first, okay? Yeah, Moshi.
He said 10 minutes now. It's like 7 minutes now, yeah?
Cool. Do an interview with Pradat.
So Moshi, ask about that. It was like a good start, but then changed a bit.
I feel like I've run a million miles. I'm exhausted. So how many field changes?
Not many today. I noted that. You're a lot less animated today. A lot less excitable.
Because the boys were doing it for me. So it was awesome.
Chris, can we interview you quickly?
Can I send somebody else?
Yeah.
Okay, then interview Prabat first because they're back. They're bowling. Who's back?
आपका तो लास्ट में नहीं लगी अच्छा आप 6 टाइम गया था और वो जो लगी वो तो एक्चुअली आंसर यहाँ पे लगी हाँ मैं समझ गया अच्छा हुआ यहाँ पे लगी यहाँ नहीं लगी भाई मैं यहाँ आने से पहले एक प्रैक्टिस मैच खेला था सेम जगह बोल रही बचत हो गई फिर भी काफ़ी बचत हो गई Thank you very much.
I'm empty here. Today no work, right? It's just something to eat that. What is it? When you sit there, when you have it, right? Then why you are asking me again? Okay, I will. Even if you know them before we can. Right. Yeah, this time I was watching.
That's fine, Karishma. I understand because I also was looking at makeup artists for myself when I couldn't find anybody, and I know that on some days they do charge a bit extra because it's a weekend. So I get it. I mean, just see what you can do. If it doesn't come down, it's no problem. We'll pay for what we need to pay for. I just thought we'd give it a go because they do just want a simple blow dry and simple makeup. So just let me know. Thank you.
Is the microphone turned off?
It's off.
And you just sneezed slash coughed?
Yeah.
I could still hear it on the speakers.
I don't know.
Say something. Oh, it turned off.
Everything's. Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test.
You can still hear it when it's off. When the microphone off, you can still hear it.
Where is it coming from then?
Well, that's the speaker there.
But what is it? Where is it picking it up from?
I would just like to apologise to.
Benji, aren't you cold? In your t-shirt, aren't you cold? No.
If you turn the microphone
Really?
off, then it would have been.
Can't let me feel your body temperature. Oh.
He said that you. Test, 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 test,
Benji's
test,
so
test.
warm.
He was saying he just heard voice then. Like, not if he means when the match went off, like, yeah, because there's a minute delay.
No, he said he could hear what I was saying. You know, these Australia are going to have to back time for a little bit.
Okay?
The off button doesn't work.
What off button?
Like on the microphone.
So you can still hear.
I can still hear it even when it was off.
Terry, can you go and
You
double
heard him
check?
say test, 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 test?
Yeah. But I didn't.
I'm gonna start talking in a few
I was
seconds.
hit. But I think. I know cold.
Where is he?
On the luggage.
Test, 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 test. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing.
Very cold. Too cold.
You must visit kitchen and come back.
But we should bring the kitchen here. We'll keep everybody warm.
Honey, honey! Anything?
What?
Is it still... You can still hear?
No, because it's currently not playing in the
So
speaker anyway. The stream isn't plugged into the speaker anyway. So.
The bar staff want to listen to music. They don't want to listen to us.
That's fair enough. I don't blame them. I mean, your commentary's great and stuff, but I mean,
They're the only ones in the tent.
Yeah, I was
But I
expecting...
definitely hear. I didn't when the microphone was off, and I was saying that I could hear it when it was off. Then I ran into the tent, and I could.
10-15 minutes over the microphone. I can assure you the child responsible has been dealt with.
It's not that microphone. It's the microphone on the webcam.
Yeah.
Your flip works.
Yeah, it's
It's the microphone. on the
Yeah.
webcam,
That's what I figured.
Which can be turned off. Don't get,
One of these ones, probably.
Someone did have an iPhone plugged in here.
oh yeah. If you just ask someone, one of those guys did have an iPhone charger, you could just plug it in. I know the Indian guys definitely. Yeah, they're looking. Tea, yeah.
So what?
आपको क्या लगता है कौन जीतने वाला है? आपको क्या लगता है? Anything can happen, है ना? इस गेम में.
दोनों का बैटिंग लाइनअप उतना ही था. तो देखो 9th wicket he had like 50 plus runs. That's why they could. We have a good batsman.
Keeper helmet
This
helmet
guy
नहीं
can
पहन रहा
stay
है.
there.
Keeper helmet तो नहीं.
Ah,
Good start.
As the first ball of the Czech innings has just been bowled, and it has raced up to the boundary for 4. So, good looking start for the Czech team. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. So here's Benjamin. Benjamin, do you think Czech Republic have this win in them? Well, from the 2 balls, you never can say. What a top ball. It's a good shot going to the boundary, but you can't quite see it because of a dip. And it hasn't gone 4, but 2 runs. For the Czech Republic A team. Opening the batting here are the Vizi and Hani Gori. Gori yet to face a ball. So the Vizi down strike. And that was a very, very good ball that was asking for it. It wasn't. The
Oh,
ball's in the air, but no one is there to field it to another for the VZ. And Arif, the Alshaheen bowler, has one ball left. Has the bowler got it in his hand? Is running up. Ooh, and he left that one, and it's a wide. So wide. So it's not the end of the over quite yet. And the Alshaheen players like to throw it around the field before getting it to the bowler, don't they, Benjamin? Yeah. Another ball coming in. Ooh. That was close. And another wide. Yeah, just a quick talk about the weathers and getting dressed back up, because during the end of the Alshaheen innings and during the innings break, I was playing a bit of, if you want to call it, cricket myself, and I got into my t-shirt as I was very warm, but now slowly getting back dressed up as a dot ball to end off the over. So
oh, okay.
12 runs
Ibuprofen,
without
okay.
a loss of a wicket for Czech Republic A after one over. So Hanigori
One is okay, two is better.
face his first ball. 10 runs for the VZ of 5 balls. Why still find the boundary on the floor? And a very good batsman in Hanigori, getting 4 wickets in the first inning. You think, well, he's definitely up for a man of the match award, but you know, a couple of sixes could maybe secure it.
Yeah, if he has a couple of the sixes, how he just said, that could secure the man of the match.
Yeah. As quickly having a talk with the VZ before facing his first ball. There's quite a crowd watching this Czech game. Igor is just readjusting his equipment before he faces this ball. As the plane that really loves Vinoř is once again flying above the ground, and in comes the bowler finally. And he's bowling!
Oh my god!
And there goes
Oh no!
Why'd you say oh my god?
Hanigori. And
Oh my god!
one thing I wanted to say before he bowled,
Oh no!
if Hanigori is out here, it's going to be after such long preparations leading up to it. He is out, and what I was thinking about saying has became reality, unfortunately. So he is out for a duck, which doesn't actually happen that often to him. So Hilal is walking up to the crease.
Czech Republic A now 12 for 1 after 7 balls. Hanigori trudging back to the state-of-the-art dressing room here in Vinoř. Hanigori, obviously the key man for Czech Republic, the holder of many records. I really fancy that the momentum has been with Alshaheen for the past 45 minutes of this game. Cricket is a game of emotional control, and sometimes when you're playing a young side, this is really a battle of youth versus experience. Alshaheen have played cricket all over the world. They had a bit of a disaster in the first 10 overs, but they just managed to claw things back. Sometimes you just have to bat out that 20 overs.
I gave him some whiskey earlier, that's why he's not cold.
The second ball of the second over. And that's a really probing ball first up. Full and fast, and is patted back respectfully by Hilal. You may be able to hear the Spitfires flying overhead.
Each other, I don't know. They have some.
गाड़ी देखा था हम लोग प्लेन नहीं देखा था ना
Apparently the planes are towing one another.
Is this one? Yeah, that's mine.
They have some connection. That's the wire or something.
And that is a threatening looking delivery, and we talk about emotional control and momentum in cricket. The Alshaheen team, who are admonishing themselves during the first innings for a succession of cheap wickets. Minal. No, I want coffee. I need coffee.
Well, could we be seeing something similar happening to the Czech team like was happening to Alshaheen in the first couple of overs? Huge appeals! Once again, not out, says the umpire, but Jeffrey looking very dangerous here and definitely looking interesting.
And the umpire just having a word with some of the players here about the appealing. Looked like straightforward not outs based on height alone. But Hilal just struggling a little bit against that good length. This time gets bat on ball to backward point, and Sabawoon has run about 50 metres there. Sabawoon, probably the cricket's man in Vinoř today.
That brings the second over of the Czech Republic 8 innings to an end. 13 for 1, so only the one run from that over. Very good over from Jeffrey. I'm sure we will see him more in this innings. The way he's bowling currently, we should see him 3 more times with getting out Hanigori, and then 4 dot balls in a row, and then finally could Hilal Ahmad get back to the ball and get a single. As in Ashes. England were all out for 301. Australia back batting and 73 for 4.
Oh!
Off the pads there and single. Once again, looking like the Alshaheen players desperate to get that wicket.
I'm very concerned about this Czech innings right now. I'm not sure whether they know how to pace a 140 chase, which requires a bit of nuance. You can't go bang, bang, bang. You need to play some good cricket shots. You need to play the bowlers on their merit. You need to be willing to give up a few dot balls. You need to be able to find the ones and twos. Sabawoon, not renowned for that aspect of his game, has a wild swing. And Danny Hudacek, the Czech coach, turns his back in disgust. There are some nerves in the Czech dressing room right now. Arif, the left armer, getting some very decent outswing to the left-hander Sabawoon. Looks very tough indeed to face.
Next to me is sitting Ara. How are you enjoying yourself?
Yes,
Yeah? Good? Oh, that's very good.
Something's going to give here.
Alright.
Something is going to give here. Oh, and it nearly does. A peach of an outswinger on a good length. And Sabawoon is beaten all ends up.
And looking at the Czech players and coach that are to the right of me, there seems to be a nervous atmosphere, which is of course understandable. Very good bowling from Arif. One ball left in the third over. Only one run scored from the over so far.
Once again, Sabawoon beaten outside the off stump. This is a probing spell of left arm swing bowling from Arif. Last ball of the over coming up. Sabawoon knows they can't come soon enough. Can he escape this one? It's a very short run up, but it's released at pace. And just full enough for Sabawoon to stab the ball to cover. It's a dot ball. Just one run off that over. Czech Republic 14 for 1 off 3. We saw Czech Republic A bouncing in the field in the first few overs. Alshaheen are the ones bouncing around now.
As Javizi and Ahmad are having a discussion mid wicket. Going into this fourth over, they are currently 15 for 1. Halfway through the power play, not ideal, and I'm starting to maybe doubt their chances a bit now.
Don't be such a doubting Debbie.
And it's
An attempted drive there from Hilal, but Jaffrey just continues to hit the shoulder of the bat. They've not bowled any bad balls so far, Alshaheen. Asking plenty of questions of this young opening pair.
Bowling has been very good so far in this game. And it is a run. Czech Republic were looking for it very much. And we saw...
Scrambling for a bye there. Sabawoon once again running 50 metres in about 4.5 seconds.
As soon as the ball went past, he was pretty much on the other side of the wicket. Obviously, seeing that his partner isn't having the best time at the crease, we need to rotate the strike a bit. And the ball's in the air.
And that looked like a simple caught and ball for all the money in the world. Sabawoon just turning the bat again. Jaffrey hitting the shoulder of the bat. Sabawoon has now walked over to square leg and it seems to be having some, well, I suppose a quarter-life crisis. Asking himself some tough questions. He turned the bat far too early there and the ball just chipped up. Jaffrey went to pick up the ball in his follow-through but just didn't seem to reach it inexplicably. It seemed like a simple quarter ball. What on earth happened there, Moshi?
I don't know, he just kind of had his mind a couple of meters in front his body, and it's well run.
Bit of a misfield there from the Alshaheen captain Prabhat at cover. Ball just bobbling in that region as it tends to do.
And definitely 2 runs, definitely going to help. But I think Czech Republic, if they finish this over off with 2 boundaries, then definitely a good rhythm going into the 5th.
Jaffrey to Sabawoon again. This time it's brilliantly flicked to fine leg, but there is a fielder there. There'll just be a 1 run.
Yeah, I think, look at Jeff. I'm not that sure about Jeffrey's run up, but doesn't look very natural to me, but I guess he's bowling well.
Jaffrey has played about 60 first-class games in Pakistan, so...
Yeah. I'm not saying it's bad, but
that's what you were saying? That's what it sounded like. That's what it sounded like.
Doesn't look very natural to me, and it's a try single there, end of the over. Now the Czech Republic A team will coming into 2 overs left in the power play, currently 20 for 1 after 4. Need boundaries, and from this position finishing on around 40 after the power play would definitely be good. 40 for 1 after the power play wouldn't be the best, but from this position it would be a fairly good score for the Czech team. What do you think, Benjamin? It's going to be a good score. They have 2 overs left in the power play. Be sure to... What's the target score for Czech Republic? They need 137 runs to win. Tanu Bain. So make sure to write into the chat if you think that they will win. I have to say,
There's Arif again, the left armour. That's played very uppishly. Bit of a misfield there in the covers.
yeah,
I think we will see plenty of those in this innings. It is a tough place to field.
But the runnings is kind of I think they could maybe put a bit more
effort into getting from one crease to the other.
And here's the battle. It's Arif versus Sabawoon. Arif did seem to have the wood over Sabawoon in the last over. Comes in with his left arm, out swing. Sabawoon steps across his stumps and pulls it disdainfully to the square leg boundary. That is a pressure reliever. Sabawoon is a bit of a danger man. He can be a little bit erratic, a bit of quite flashy play, a bit inconsistent, but he picked up the length early. And he has absolutely given that the business.
Very much needed boundary for the Czech team. They will definitely want to end this power play with many more. As Davisi just kind of decided to leave that so he saw the danger of the ball. So Marcel, what is your how much do you think the Czech Republic will have runs at the end of the power play innings? Well, if they get 137 runs, then they win.
Marches down the pitch, and I did say he's a bit erratic, a bit inconsistent, a bit flashy. In some ways, you could argue that Sabawoon epitomizes this Czech national team, and his partner Hilal just walks down. He didn't have to do much walking. Sabawoon was on the shaking hands with him by the time he attempted to play that shot. And he tells him, you just keep your head on, son. You need to bat these 20 overs. I'm not sure if Sabawoon has any interest in doing that. But that is expertly threaded through third man. Whatever Hilal said certainly paid off. It was very nicely timed straight to third man, though. Czech Republic 18, just nick a couple, though. It's well fielded at third man. It looked like 4 for all money, but it was very well watched by the fielder. He just got his body behind it, which is exactly what he needs to do in this pitch at Vinoř in Prague, in the Pepsi Cup Prague 2019. What is it?
Pepsi Cup 2019! Yeah, it looks as if...
And the crowd goes wild as Arif comes in against Sabawoon. Slower ball. And it is meat and drink for Sabawoon, who's now getting the measure of Arif a little bit. The swing just seems to have disappeared for Arif in that over. Little bit inconsistent in the length there. Really looked like he was going to trouble Sabawoon. And 11 runs off that over from Arif to Sabawoon. A real shift in momentum back in Czech Republic A's favour.
Yeah, coming into the last over of the power play, Czech Republic A will definitely want to finish the power play off with many boundaries.
A plaster.
Ahmad trying to play that, misses it. 5 balls left in the power play.
This okay, boss?
Yeah, thanks.
Now that is what you call a shot. That is a brilliant shot.
And it is a 4 from Hilal Ahmad, who is looking like he had wasn't just scoring too many It was not. He was not the aggressive of the two, but as he hits it towards the boundary, doesn't go to the boundary. So 2 runs, but he's starting to pick up a bit here, and it could be a very dangerous punch. But once again, they're playing that loved Vinoř cricket ground, flies over, and it's a single. It's well run by the Czech team. So in the last 2 overs, it's looking like they are getting back into some sort of rhythm.
Now this is the part I'm interested to see. Sabuin just been starved of the strike for the last few balls. Now facing Jaffrey, who's very experienced and wily bowler. I wonder if a short ball might be coming.
As Czech Republic are 37 for 1, needing 100 runs to win, with another well-run single there. As suddenly, once again, I look towards the Czech team and staff and fans, and things are suddenly looking much better, way less nervous.
By the same token, it's still early in the game, just towards the end of the power play. I'm going to have to say it's fairly even after the power play here. Czech Republic haven't got away with it by any stretch. Hilal now finding his range there, just keeping it ticking over very nicely indeed. And that's the end of the power play.
And the support for the Czech team, obviously the home team of the tournament, is very good here in the semi-final. Benjamin, what do you think? At the end of the power play, Czech Republic are 40 for 1, and what do you think now? Are they in a good position? We've seen worse after the power play. We've seen better after the power play. So 40 after the power play, I think should be enough. They need 97 runs now. Exactly, 97 runs. That is what Czech Republic A need with 14 overs remaining and 9 wickets.
Afternoon, Moshe. We should also remember that Alshaheen, in their innings, was 7 for 40. So Czech Republic are looking in a very good position. While it might not be as many runs as often required in a power play, with the loss of only 1 wicket. Oh, there's an appeal for a caught behind, not given. Due to that loss of only 1 wicket, Czech Republic are feeling in a good position. We've seen both of these batsmen scoring fairly freely, while not many boundaries. They're getting lots of quick singles and twos.
Yeah, and in the position they're in, they can perfectly settle for singles and braces. Now, Hilal Ahmad facing Shah. Not good running between the wickets there from the Czech Republic. 1 run. Yeah. Okay to score 1, 2, and then the occasional boundary, isn't it, Benjamin? Where they are now. Yeah. If they score singles, you know, and then some fours, should be okay. And that's just a little nick to the man on the boundary for a single. So Czech Republic A currently just rotating the strike.
Sabuin Darvizi is excellent at playing glances, guides through vacant slip and gully regions, and as long as Alshaheen keep leaving space there, he will take advantage of it. As Shah comes in again from the Chateau end to Hilal. He attempts to flick it off his legs, fails to make contact, and with Sabuin backing up and the bowler both end up on the ground, both slipping. Shah now just does a little bit of work to the AstroTurf. Not sure what exactly he's hoping to achieve by rubbing the artificial wicket in such a manner. Something that should be kept for turf. Shah comes in again. Fuller this time. Hilal flicks it away lovely off his pads, feeding the man at fine leg once again for one more.
Yeah, just a simple shot and another one, well run there, as it's a direct hit from the fielder and the ball bounces away from the stump, so it's room for another run, and that's well run.
Little bonus runs like that are what could make the difference here. Five runs so far coming from this over. Sabuin wants a run. Hilal had picked out the man on the onside and rightfully sent back. So with one ball remaining in the over, it is 1 for 45.
As Hilal will be looking to add to the total. That's a wide ball from Shah, so we are going to see at least one more delivery in the 7th over.
Yes, that was another bonus run for the Czech side. Alshaheen are going to have to tighten things up a little bit here. Oh, and he's bowled him. That is certainly one way to stop the runs. Wicket being the best type of dot ball for the bowling side. And that sees the end of Hilal Ahmad for 14. But that wicket brings to the crease Sudesh Wickramasekara for the Czech team. The Sudesh, who has the equal fastest century in T20 international cricket that he hit just a week ago in Romania against Turkey. A lot of expectation from the watching crowd about what Sudesh will be able to do here. Moshe, what type of innings do you think we're going to see from the big man?
Well, he in the last couple of games didn't score what was quite expected from him, but I think, you know, he should feel that in a fairly comfortable position, needing 91 runs with 8 wickets remaining. So I think he's just gonna enjoy himself at the crease and try and add to the Czech A team total.
Indeed. We've got a bit of rain here at Vinoř now. Nothing too heavy, but it's a constant drizzle. We've already seen a few slips from players in the previous over, and as the rain continues, the surface will get slipperier and slipperier. This doesn't favour either team. The fielders might start slipping over and let balls through, but the batsmen also might slip over and get themselves run out. So all players have to be careful.
Yeah, whilst the rain has it's just been raining for a while, the ball will speed up as it goes. But as the water soaks into the ground, the ball will slowly start slowing down as it goes towards the boundary.
Yes, and shots like that Sabourin just played, the offside drive all along the ground will make that ball wetter and wetter. That part will assist the batsman. It'll be harder for the bowler to control. Comes in. Sudesh attempts a little push outside of off, but fails to make contact. Javid bowls again. Much better looking shot from Sudesh here, and they will pick up 2 runs.
Easy 2 runs. It was a good shot but it was an obvious shot to play. Fairly easy for him as well.
Javid once again. Sudesh just flicks it to mid-wicket. No run. Sudesh seems to be playing a patient game, getting his eye in, getting used to the ball. Pushes that one to cover. The fielder unable to get to it. Looked like it should have been a little easier. They will scamper through for the 1.
Yeah, seen as went past the fielder, it was an obvious single, and the Czech batsman took advantage of the misfield.
Which brought up the 50 for the Czech Republic. Sabourin goes through the covers. Man in the deep collects. So they're only able to get 1. So after 8 overs, 2 for 51. Score for the Czech Republic, chasing 137 to win. Moshe, which team do you think is sitting in the better position at this point in the game?
Definitely Czech Republic at this point, because the batsmen out there feeling fairly relaxed and playing the shots that they want to play, because they still have a lot of batsmen to come in for them if they are out. So I think definitely Czech Republic, as they need 86 off 12 overs.
Yes, you're right. The batsmen don't look like they're under any pressure at all at the moment. Quite happy to pick up 4, 5 or 6 runs and over. Keep it ticking over. And if going the smash is required, these 2 batsmen are very able to do so. Both quite powerful, both can hit it to all parts of the ground. They've each got every shot in the book. Sabourin flicks that one wide-ish of fine leg for 4. Graceful shot, played with real ease. So the spinner, Shankdar, will come in again from the Chateau end to Sabaroon. He attempts a sweep. It's gone down the leg side, and that will be a wide.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Alshaheen don't want at this point in the game. Because just giving away 3 runs is not good for them when they're defending a fairly low score.
Big appeal for LB. He's not out. Sudesh backing up quite a fair bit. Almost could have got caught out of his crease. Here comes Shankdar. He's appealed again. It's going to race to the boundary. And there is no one in any position to get near it. That will be 4 leg byes. The extra is starting to add up here. This is just making the Czech Republic's cause easier and easier and putting pressure on Alshaheen.
Yeah, they will definitely have to stop doing that, and they need to tighten up the field a bit more.
Correction, Moshe. The umpire actually signalling that as 5 wides. The dot ball there. So 2 balls remaining. We've already had 10 runs from this over. Sabaroon goes high, it's in the air, fielder's under it, and he takes the catch. Good catch from Jaffrey there. And big wicket for Alshaheen. They'll be very happy to see the back of Sabaroon. He had looked quite comfortable, but his innings is now at an end. It was well played by Sabaroon. And the new batsman is Mukesh Gupta. Mukesh plays for Vinoř Cricket Club here in Prague. He's an all-rounder. We haven't seen him bowl in this tournament. And Mukesh's nickname is the Butcher. So named for the way he carves up bowlers.
Well, I think he will definitely want to form some sort of partnership with Sudesh. He will face Shankdar.
Shankdar's got 2 more balls in this over. There's been 1 wicket and 10 runs from it so far. Action-packed over. Shankdar just making a couple of final adjustments to his field for the new batsman Mukesh. Puts it in a little shorter. Mukesh just fends it off. Nothing happening from that ball. We wait in anticipation to see if how long Mukesh will continue this prodding and poking before he starts going big. So the end of the 9th over. 3 for 61. Are we still of the opinion that the Czech Republic are in the driver's seat, Mukesh? Moshe?
Yeah, I would say so. They now need 76 off 11. The 10 runs from the over, they can definitely settle with that. Alshaheen getting a wicket, getting out Davies. He was comfortably in, but now two very good batsmen, as you have already mentioned. So I think if they will want to get a wicket as soon as possible before they start hitting, as that's well fielded on the boundary. So just one run. But we're starting to see in Czech Republic A team playing it out towards the boundary, and if they start hitting it like that consistently, then Alshaheen could be in a lot of trouble. And looking around the field, there is a lot of players dotted around the boundary.
So Javid again from the southern end to Mukesh. Mukesh just pushes that one away, blocks it out. Batsman not interested at all. But I don't think we'll wait too long. Here it is. Oh, yes, I was just to say I don't think we'll have to wait too much longer before Mukesh will start to look to hit out. He came forward and then adjusted himself due to what the bowler had put on offer to him and blocks it for a dot. Full toss. Mukesh doesn't get hold of it. Fielder coming around, but it lands a couple of metres away from him. They'll just get the one run.
I think a full toss like that should be maybe used a bit more, and that could have just gone for a huge six, which would have really got him off the mark there.
That full toss was called a no ball, so this next delivery will be a free hit, and I expect a six. And almost delivers. Sudesh picks up a 4, landing about 3 metres from the boundary. He definitely opened himself up looking for the 6.
Yeah, at the beginning of the game, Nishant said that he's not sure if the Czech batsmen know how to chase down such a score. But oh, there is the 6, as we can't even see it. Well, I think they are settling okay with the singles, but 4 and a 6 there. And as mentioned, if these two start hitting boundaries, it could be a huge problem for Alshaheen.
The straight boundary here, when the batsman is at the Chateau end, the bowler coming from the southern end, the straight boundary is the shortest boundary, only 50 metres, but that landed at least 15 metres over it. Sudesh shapes up again, but doesn't quite get hold of this one. Goes through square leg, just for the one run. Sudesh starting to show how explosive a batsman he can be. Big over there, 14 runs coming from it. 10 overs completed now. Czech Republic 75 for 3. He said no.
Czech Republic halfway through their innings scored 75, need 62, so have scored more than half the runs needed, but of course have had the power play. Sudesh to face the first ball of the 11th over. Wild swing there. Misses the ball, so no run.
Never be afraid to say no. And just no. Sorry, but no. Don't be afraid to say that. If you don't want someone to use your thing, just say no. That's a big hit from Sudesh to cow corner. The umpire signals it's 4, landing just in front of the boundary. Much bigger boundary down there than the one at the other end where he got the previous 6. But he starts the over off with a 4.
Yeah, some calls for 4, for 6. A similar thing has already happened in this Pepsi Cup when me and Nishant, who are commentating, thought it was a 6. Umpire said 4. And that one is a dot ball.
Keep going, man.
Shankadar again from the Chateau end. Sudesh pushes it through mid-wicket. No one inside the circle in that area, so they get a single nice and easily to put Mukesh Gupta on strike. We've already picked up 5 runs from this over. 2 balls remaining. 3 for 79. Sorry, that would be... Mukesh picks up another single to put Sudesh on strike for the final ball of the over.
And he will definitely be looking to big from this last ball. Tries it for a single to retain strike going into the 12th over. But after 11 overs, Czech Republic 82 for 3. What do you think about that, Benjamin?
82 for 3, much better than Alshaheen. So they need 55 runs now, which is very doable. They have 9 overs left. I think Czech Republic could win this game.
Yeah, I think after 11 overs, if they were batting first, 82 for 3 wouldn't be such a good score. But because they're chasing down 137 target, 136, the target is 137. Professionally chased down.
Yeah.
And Alshaheen will definitely be looking to make it close here. Sudesh will face this ball. Dot ball. It's a bit bottom edge there. Dot ball. Just have to keep calm and accept a dot ball.
Sudesh has moved to 21 from 14. Mukesh is on 1 from 6. Bowler comes in. Wrapped him on the pads. Umpire is not interested. He's walked away. Immediately sending signal that he doesn't think that was remotely close to an LB. But it is a valuable dot ball for Alshaheen. Left-armer Shah bowling from the southern end this time. He bowled his 2 previous overs from the Chateau end. Inside edge from Sudesh. Squeezes through. The keeper is the closest to, so he has to scramble away to do the fielding, and they get the 1 run.
Yeah, and obviously looking to play it straight. The edges that. But again, a single. They can do with a single. With bowling from Shah. One run there. Yeah, placing the score down. Not feeling any pressure yet. The Czech Republic 18 as Sudesh. She flicks that off. And there are 2 runs there, and Czech don't go for the second. Both batsmen are definitely heavily considering that, but they don't need to run and risk anything.
Shah once again to Gupta. That one's gone down leg side and will be called wide. Moshe, if we have a look at the worm, indicates the Czech Republic is well ahead at this stage. They actually have double the number of runs of what Alshaheen had at their same point in their innings. But we must remember that Alshaheen put on a lot of runs from the 13th over, and particularly for the last 3. Mukesh goes to the air, clears the infield easily, it's racing towards the boundary, and that is 4. We're finally starting to see why he is called the Butcher.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see the partnership of Mukesh and Sudesh. Really calm batting. After 12 overs, the Czech Republic A team are 90 for 3, 47 runs required. Discussing something with the bowler that will be bowling from the Chateau end. As the Czech Republic need 47 runs now. 8 overs, so do you back them to win, Benjamin? I don't bet money, but I think they will win.
all
So we'll have another bowling change for Alshaheen here. Alshaheen unfortunately don't have any shirt numbers, so it's often not as easy to pick out. The bowler comes from behind the umpire. That goes wide of off and is called wide. A little bonus for the Czech side. It's the 17th extra of the innings. 13 wides coming from that. It's Arif bowling from the Chateau end. He bowled the first over from that end of the innings. The rain did stop a few minutes ago. Much better conditions presently. Arif comes in. Mukesh pushes it to the covers, which are quite vacant. The deep cover coming in off the boundary to pick up the ball. Putting Mukesh back on strike. Czech batsman not looking under any pressure at all, Washi.
No, looking very relaxed at the crease. That one's in the air, over the fielder's head, and goes for 6, as you can hear the crowd go wild.
Lovely shot from the butcher there. Slashing at that like it was a piece of prime rump. All the fielder could do was gaze in wonder as it flew over his head. So 8 runs so far from the 3 balls of this over. And as a result of the butcher hacking away at him, Arif is going to make an alteration. Number of alterations to the field. But he is now going to come around the wicket, just asking the umpire to step forward, and he's going to change to spin. A bit of a mix-up. The throw is very wide, very wild, and they could have picked up 2 easily there, but Mukesh is a little slow for the first. Not sure he'd actually realised that the bowler was changing from seam to spin.
Yeah, and so you said they could get 2, well, yeah, but that's where you can just see that the batsmen feel very relaxed and don't feel as if they need to push for every run. In comes Arif, and it's just simply tapped away for a single. Another one to the cover. And singles slowly coming together, and it's Czech runs slowly coming together as they only need 36.
Yeah. They were on 101 until Sudesh absolutely smashed that out of the ground. Massive, massive hit over mid-wicket. Take them to 107. And the end of the over. Indeed, after 13 overs, 3 for 107 is the score. Czech Republic need 30 more runs, and they have 7 overs to do it in. Only one of these sides is feeling any pressure at this point in time.
Yeah, with only 3 wickets gone for the Czech Republic, I definitely interested to see if the 2 batsmen out there will want to finish off in style with 6s and 4s.
So, Moshe, exactly how confident are you at this juncture that the Czech Republic will win? Would you bet your brand new bat?
Yeah.
That's a big call. I'm not sure your parents would be impressed with it, but that shows the confidence you have in the Czech side and their ability to chase down. There's not very many runs left. It's Saxena bowling from the southern end, and there's 4 more. Mukesh Gupta striking away to cow corner. Alshaheen seem like they have no answer whatsoever to these batsmen who are doing it with ease.
Yeah, and just as I said, the batsmen want to finish off in style with 4s and 6s, as the crowd here at Vinoř is starting to go a bit wild as the home side closer and closer to the finals. Call LBW. Not out, says the umpire. And in the field, it almost looks as if Alshaheen have kind of given up a bit, maybe.
Mukesh not able to pick that one up. It is called a wide. Umpire has given the signal indicating that the reason Mukesh couldn't get hold of it was that it was not a legitimate delivery. Saxena bowls again. Big heave from the butcher, doesn't really get hold of it. That has landed about a metre outside of the 30-yard circle and just basically stopped. Only gone another metre before it completely halts, showing how high the butcher hit it. But that puts Sudesh back on strike. That's coming straight towards us, and it's caught on the boundary. Not quite getting hold of it. And the man there not struggling at all to be able to take that catch.
But we can see that no huge celebrations from the Alshaheen fielders. They know that this is just a small step into somehow winning this game. Sudesh scored 31 runs off 21 balls, 2 4s, 2 6s, as he's clapped off the field.
So the 4th wicket falling for the Czech Republic. In the 14th over, we have one more delivery to come from it. The new batsman for the Czech Republic is Kushal Mendon. Kushal plays for Prague Cricket Club. He's an all-rounder. We saw him bowling in the first innings. Big hitter. Drives that one straight back to the bowler. The bowler is unable to do anything but take a bit of the pace off of it. So Kushal picks up a single as the drizzle returns here at Vinoř.
And at the end of the 14th over, Czech Republic are 116 for 4, 21 runs needed to win. Do you think they will, Benjamin? Yeah. I mean, they have 6 overs left, and you need 21 runs from 6 overs. That's easy. Yeah, I think everyone here watching the game agrees with you, as the atmosphere here at Vinoř is very loud.
Play out from Crucial there, failing to make contact. Dot ball to start off the 15th over from Shankdar. Bowling from the Chateau end. The spinner comes in again. Kushal opens up, drives that one, but picks out the fielder, so just the 1 run. But that brings the Butcher back on strike.
Single that the Czech Republic 18 can definitely settle with. Because singles, every single ball will still secure the winners. They now only need 20. In a really comfortable position now, aren't they? And you know, they can settle with some dot balls. Ooh, that's in the air, and didn't roll the whole way. It isn't a 4. Stop just in front of the boundary, but surely now the Czech Republic 18 has to win here. Shankdar rolling, and it's just a little nick, and it's another single. "17 runs needed." Last ball of the over from Shankdar as he's running up. Oh, and that will be a dot ball. Czech Republic this match are playing very well, I have to say. What do you think, Moshe? Yeah, because normally after 15 overs, you wouldn't, and 119, you wouldn't be like, yeah, but they're very professionally chasing down this Shaheen score. And just before we get really excited about Czech win that is looking very, very possible now, quick update from the Ashes. Australia currently 132 for 4.
Please ball 17 रन छक्के की जरूरत ही नहीं है
Ooh, that's drive straight. There's a fielder there to stop it. Plus 2 runs there for Czech Republic.
Live. You can delete. Live.
Ooh, a lovely shot, but it's stopped at the boundary. And the support from the crowd here at Vinoř is huge now, as Czech Republic are looking to finish this off and go into the final. As that is it to the man here on the boundary. To be fair, he has been doing very well here. When that straight drive was played, he stopped it, just kind of diving in, stopping it with one hand. Very good fielding from him, but even his great fielding efforts Doesn't look like they're gonna save Alshaheen. Oh! As he's bold. The butcher is bold. But, you know, as I've said, he was out there knowing he's still got quite a lot of baton behind him. He was feeling fairly relaxed in the crease. Currently 124 for 5. Czech Republic needing 13 runs to win. It should be fairly easy. It's looking like a very easy task, isn't it, Benjamin? Yes. As the man leaving is Gupta, who scored 27 runs off 20 balls, 2 fours, 1 6, 135 stroke rate. Batted well out there, you know. He had a slow start, but when he got going, he was dangerous, wasn't he, Benjamin?
Yeah, when he started hitting, yeah, I mean, he had 2 fours and 1 6, so we did have some singles, and some, you know, he batted well.
And things are very, very, I wouldn't say tense, they're very rather relaxed, as that's a full toss. Just pull, that's a ball to pull, isn't it? It's coming quite high at him and he just pulls it with ease, isn't it?
Yeah, 1 run.
So 12 runs needed. Last ball to come in from Saxona's over. Saxona running in, it's just a little flick. It's smart play, it's gone. It hasn't gone for 2 runs. Czech Republic now need 10 runs off 4 overs. So it's looking very possible, isn't it? Yeah. Ooh! Will that go for 4? Huge shouts by the Czech fans, as even one of the umpires here at the Pepsi Cup that isn't currently playing shows that it was a 4, and so does the umpire here signal. So 6 runs needed off the remaining 4 overs. A 6 will now finish it off here. Czech Republic 128 for 5. So I will tell you exactly. I thought that 6 runs needed, but it turns out maybe 9. Definitely keep updated. Australia 143 for 4.
Yeah, Harry said 1 6 needed and it could finish this. But
6. 5 runs needed, so yeah, the 6 will still carry off.
Yeah, but you know, 5 singles will do it as well, you know. They can have dot balls, because they still have 4 overs left.
So for everyone watching, be sure to write into the chat who you are supporting. Pretty pointless writing your predictions now. It's a block. It's a block, and Czech Republic can afford it, can't they? As the atmosphere is really building up here at Vinoř.
Yeah, and you know they do that. What they did now a few times, it won't matter, kind of, because oh, that's in the air, and we can't see because no.
Not a foul, not a boundary, but the Czech Republic win is just 3 runs away now, with a lot of balls remaining. As Chateau comes in, it's just a block. You know, Czech Republic can settle with it. I'm pretty sure that Parma and Menden will want to finish this off, won't they? Yeah. I mean, if they get a wicket, it's not very crucial now. And another block here, you know. But even these dot balls and blocks are really getting chewed on by the Czech fans here at Vinoř. Shaheen, 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 Shaheen. You can really hear the Czech fans going crazy, and that's a single. 2 runs needed to win. Yeah. You know, they could block it now. They could go for the single. They could go for 4. They could go for smash. You know. I believe they will want to finish this off on a high with a potential boundary. But it's just flicked onto the side, and it's misfielded, and it's a 1. 1 run is all that the Czech team need, and huge celebrations coming as they pretty much know that they've won. Absolute miracle if Alshaheen managed to win. Czech Republic need 1 run off 18 deliveries, and just quick last Ashes update before we go into huge mental Czech celebrations. 147 for 4, Australian score, but now off the Ashes, but to the Pepsi Cup 2019. The Czech Republic need 1 run to secure their place in the final against Sledgehammer. That's a draw now, but 1 run needed for a win. What can they do with this ball? Let's see. It's a full toss, and there is the run. And the Czech Republic won this game. Czech Republic A team go to the final of the Pepsi Cup 2019. Huge celebrations from the Czech players and fans here at Vinoř at the Chateau field. I hope all of you viewers at home work somewhere in a different country than Czech Republic, which lies in Central/Eastern Europe, enjoyed this very entertaining semi-finalist Czech Republic A team win their 3rd game in a row, playing Sledgehammer in the final. They've already played Sledgehammer, they lost, they played very well. Do you think that this role that they're on could win them the game? Yeah, I'm not sure, you know, because Sledgehammer, they're very good, as we did see. The batting performance is very good, but Czech Republic, as we just seen, is very good as well, so I'm not sure. Well, be sure to join us tomorrow for the grand final of the Pepsi Cup 2019 between Czech Republic A team and Sledgehammer, as Alshaheen players aren't going to be exactly happy, but we see, you know, smiles on some of their faces. They don't look like they're devastated with this loss. Czech team, though, very, very, very happy, of course. Hope you all enjoyed yourself here. Czech Republic A team win with 17 deliveries remaining, so comfortable win for the Czech Republic A team. A professionally chased down score, isn't it, Benjamin? Yeah. They do very well. Looking forward to the final, and thank you for watching this very entertaining game. Hope you enjoyed this whole day in the Pepsi Cup. I did, and see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Great job, guys.
Australia 148.
Yes.
Are they going to declare?
Smith's going to get another 100.
He's not going to declare before he gets 100.